Hi everyone, today we are going to talk about Central Processing Unit, Computer System, Logic Gates and Computer Network. I'll share my screen. Our first topic is Central Processing Unit. Central Processing Unit, it brain of the computer, performs the change of data into information, accepts the data from any input device, changes this data according to instructions given by the user and send the result to an output. Internal components of a Central Processing Unit, CPU. First one, ALU, Arithmetic and Logic Unit. Second, CU, Control Unit. Third, Registers. First, ALU, Arithmetic and Logic Unit. The ALU perform two types of operation, arithmetic and logical. Arithmetic operations are the fundamental math operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Logical operations consist of comparison, that is, two pieces of data are compared to see whether one is equal, less than, greater than, etc. CU. The second, CU, control unit. The CU tells to the computer system how to carry out program instruction. It directs the movement of electronic signals between the CPU and input-output devices. From main memory to ALU, it carries step 1, fetching instruction the memory, and ALU step 2, decoding the instruction into command and executing the command in control unit. Step 3 and the step 4 is control unit to the main memory, storing the instruction in memory. And third is the registers. Registers are high-speed storage areas in the CPU. It is the smallest memory and fastest memory. All data must be stored in a register before it can be processed. MAR, Memory Address Register. It holds the memory location of data that needs to be accessed. MDR, Memory Data Register. It holds the data is being transferred or from memory. Accumulator, AC, where intermediate arithmetic and logic results are stored. PC, program counter. It contains the addresses of the next instruction to be executed. CIR, current instruction register. It contains the current instruction during processing. The functions of a CPU. To carry out the processing, to perform arithmetic calculations such as addition, subtraction, to read instruction and data from memory, to communicate with the peripheral using system bus, to give commands to all the parts of the computer system, to control the timing of information flow, to control the storage of data or instruction. First, data and the instructions are fetching, and the second, instructions are decoding, and the third is commands are executing, and storing the required results are displaying. How computer hardware components work together. A peripheral is an external piece of hardware that is important but not necessary for a computer system to work. Hardware, input devices, processing, output devices, and storage devices. First, input devices. Hardware that enables a computer user to enter data and programs into a computer. Keyboard, barcode scanner, mouse, touchpad, microphone, game controllers, so on. Processing. the main parts of a computer system that process the information. The CPU is often called the brains of the computer. Speed of the processor. Hertz measures the speed of a CPU. Hertz is a number of the cycles per second. 1000 Hertz is equal to the 1 kilohertz. 1000 kilohertz is equal to the 1 megahertz. 1000 megahertz is equal to the 1 gigahertz. ROM. ROM stand for means read-only memory. Memory that considered long-term storage. ROM retains its contents even when the computer is turned off. It stores the critical programs such as programs that boost the computer. RAM. Main memory is commonly known as the random access memory or RAM. RAM is a computer's memory, temporary memory, which exists as chips on the motherboard near the CPU. It stores the data of program while they are being used and requires power. The terms random access and sequential access are often used to describe the data files. Random access data files enables you to read or write information anywhere in the file. In a sequential access file, you can only read and write information sequentially, starting from the beginning of the file. Output devices, hardware that represent data as either hard copy or soft copy after it has been processed by the computer. Example, speaker, monitor, printer, headphone, microphone, etc. Monitor, a display screen to provide output to the user. It ID where you view the information you are working on. Represent data as soft copy. Some common monitors are CRT or flat panel. Printer, an output device that produces a hard copy on paper. It gives information to the user in printed form. Represent data as a hard copy, and some common printers are laser or inkjet. Speakers, used to generate or reproduce the voice, music, and other sounds. Storage devices, needed for permanently storing important information such as computer programs, files, and data. Magnetic storage, plastic or metal platters that are coated with the oxide and store data magnetically. Hard disk, floppy disk. Hard disk is the magnetic storage device in the computer. Floppy disk drive is a device that holds a removable floppy disk when in use. Read, write heads, read and write the data to the diskette. Optical storage, storage medium on which data is recorded and read by two lasers, CDs and DVDs. Compact disc, optical format from 650 MB to 1 GB capacity. This made of reflecting material, how each bit reflects the light or doesn't reflect it. It determines whether it is a 1 or a 0. Types of the compact disc, read-only memory, CD-ROM. Write once CDR, rewritable CDRW, and picture CDs and photo CDs. DVD, digital versatile disc. Digital versatile disc, commonly known as the DVD, is used for the digital optical disc storage. Its primary function is to store video, but just as easily records other data. USB, a small storage that can be plugged into a USB port. Different types of the storage media. Computer memory is divided into primary memory and secondary memory. RAM and ROM is the primary memory. And secondary memory, CD, DVD, hard disk, floppy disk. Purpose of the primary memory is the memory that is directly accessed by the central processing unit, CPU. The accessing speed of the primary memory is higher than that of the secondary memory. This is a tactile or a volatile memory. This is located inside the memory. Purpose of the secondary memory. Secondary memory is not directly accessed by the CPU. The accessing speed of the secondary memory by the CPU is lower compared to the primary memory. This is a permanent or non-volatile memory. It could be located externally or internally to a computer. And the second topic, computer system. Computer system, it is an electronic which can be input data, process data, and store data and produce the information. Computer is a programmable machine designed to perform arithmetic and logical operations automatically, sequentially on the input device given by the user and gives required desired output after processing. How data is represented in computer systems. In computer storage, data is a series of bits, binary digits that have the value 1 or 0. Data can be identified as the inputs into a system that intends to create meaningful information. How encryption can be used to represent data. Encryption is a technique used in cryptography, which provides confidentiality of transmitting data. There are two types of encryption. Symmetric key encryption. The encryption process where same keys are used for encrypting and decrypting the information is known as the symmetric key encryption. When using the symmetric encryption, users must share a common key prior to the exchange of information. Asymmetric key encryption. The encryption process where different keys are used for encrypting and decrypting the information is known as the asymmetric key encryption. Every user in this system needs to have a pair of dissimilar keys, private key and public key. The keys are the mathematically related. When one key is used for the mathematical related, when one key is used for the encryption, the other one decrypt the ciphertext back to the original plain text. How images are represented in computer systems. Images on computer systems are made up of thousands of small colored dots, known as pixels, short for picture elements. Bitmap images are stored as an array of pixels. Black and white bitmap images will store a 1 for a black pixel and 0 for a white pixel. How sounds are represented in computer systems. As we have already established, a computer is only able to store and process binary digits. As it is a digital device, since this is a case, how can sound be stored, as it is an analog signal, not digital? If an analog signal such as sound is sent to a computer system, it has to be converted into a digital signal before it can be processed. How compression can aid the storage of data, make optimal use of the limited storage space, save time, and help to optimize resources. If compression and decompressions are done input-output, the I/O processor, less time is required to move data from storage subsystem, freeing the input-output, the I/O bus for other work. In sending data over communication lines, less time to transmit and less storage to host. How compression can aid the images. Images is a compression is the process of encoding or converting an image file in such a way that it consumes less space than the original file. It is a type of compression technique that reduces the size of an image file without affecting or degrading its quality to a greater extent. How compression can aid the sounds, in which the amount of data in a recorded waveform is reduced for transmission. This is used for the MP3 encoding, internet, and radio, and the alike. And third is the logic gates. Purpose of the logic gates is this is introduced by the George Boole in 1854, which is working with 0 or 1, false or true. Boolean algebra is an algebra for the manipulation of objects that can take only two values, typically true and false. Because computers are built as collections of switches that either on or off, Boolean algebra is a very natural way to represent digital information. In reality, digital circuits use low and high voltages, but for our level of understanding, 0 and 1. It is common to interpret digital value 0 as false and digital value 1 as true. Logic gate symbols OR gate, NOR gate, AND gate, NAND gate, XOR gate, XNOR gate, and NOT gate also, so on. And the fourth topic is computer network. A computer network, a group of computer systems and other computing hardware devices that are linked together through communication channels to facilitate the communication and resource sharing among a wide range of users. ARPANET is the first network project. This is a network involved to become what we call the internet. LAN, local area network. Connect computer over a building or a site. Example, school network. MAN, metropolitan area network. Large computer network usually spanning city. They may use wireless infrastructure or optical fiber interconnections to link their sites. Example, office building, university campus, and residential area. Wide area network WAN, connect computers over a large area such as a town, city, or a country. Example, the internet, a global computer network. PAN, a personal area network, connect the computers or devices used by one person. Example, Bluetooth headset connected to a mobile phone. Hardware used in the computer networks. Networking hardware includes all computer peripherals, interface cards, and the other equipment needed to perform data processing communications within the network. Software used in computer networks. For network computers to communicate with each other, network software is needed. This software is called the network protocol, and it's a set of rules to control the communication between the computers. Transmission media used in the computer networks. Transmission medium, the physical path between the transmitter and the receiver. Repeaters, amplifiers may be used to extend the length of the medium. Communication of the electromagnetic waves is guided or unguided. Guided media waves are guided along a physical path. Example, twisted pair, coaxial cable, and optical fiber. Unguided media for transmitting but not guiding electromagnetic waves. Example, the atmosphere and outer space. World Wide Web. It is the www. It is a main service which is running on the internet. Developed in 1991. Tim Berners-Lee, the developer of the www. HTTP, that means Hypertext Transfer Protocol, is a set of rules for exchanging files, text, graphic, images, sound, video, and other multimedia files on the World Wide Web. Computer network topology. It will describe the way computer can be connected to create a computer network. Star topology need a hub or a switch. If the hub is done, entire network will be collapsed. Ring topology, message can be sent on one direction. If one computer is down, then entire network will be collapsed. Bus topology need main wire. If the main wire is down, entire network will be collapsed. Message broadcasting is used. Mesh topology need more wire. There will be more paths. Tree topology can be connected different networks together. And thank you for kind attention, and hope you all can understand today's lesson. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much.